What's up guys, Volt here bringing you a brand new Fast and Furious car remake. In today's remake I am bringing you the 1975 Datsun 240z that Isabel drives in Fast 10. This is the second car from the list, so here it is right now. I'll let you guys know that there is going to be a little bit of spoilers here, so fair warning on that. I'll put an annotation on screen or down in the description below, one of the two if I can, to let you guys know where you can skip to if you want to skip past this part. But I'm going to talk a little bit of a backstory on the car and like how it's portrayed in the movie and all that. The car is actually owned by Isabel Neves, which is the sister of Elena Neves. You know, she was actually featured in 5, 6, and a bit of Fate of the Furious or Fast 8. So one of the sisters became a cop, the other became a street racer. Kind of sounds a little bit like Dom and Brian, although they were not really, blood brothers. Isabel pulls up at the race in Rio de Janeiro and is rocking the yellow Datsun 240z that you see here. It has a turbo sticking out of the hood on the right hand side, which is wrong if you know how Nissans are, and it was also supposedly swapped out with an RB26 engine. Now in real life, this car is actually built like a track car. It's just there to perform and all that, so just kind of sad about that. And the engine underneath is sadly not the RB26, but it's actually a Chevy engine underneath the hood. And another sad part is the turbo is just there for show. It doesn't move, it doesn't function. It's just there because, well, it's a movie car and all. So as they are racing, Dante makes Dom choose who to save, and he saves Isabel, but sadly her car goes up in flames just like the Porsche in the movie, but the driver of the Porsche didn't make it. But Isabel did, and she helped him out along his journey in trying to find out who Dante was and all the information he had on him as well as Elena had on him. Again, that's a little bit of a backstory, but we're going to start with the base price like we always do, so let's get right into that. I think we wasted enough time talking about the backstory. So you want to go to the internet, you want to go to the Travel and Transport website, you want to go down to the Legendary Motorworks website, you can go up here to the two-door section, you want to go up here and click by sort by price, then you want to go down and you want to find yourself the Karin 190z, part of the Doomsday Heist update. So the Karin 190z is going to be costing you $900,000, which is pretty cheap for this car anyways, and customization, we don't have too much to do to this car, so you might be spending somewhere around like 1.5 million or so. But anyways, once you have your car and you have your color, meet us at Los Santos, car meet location, as you can see here. I figure this would be a really good spot for like the street racing cars. Anyways, we're gonna get into the customization, so let's go and customize the beauty. The Karin 190z is in the sports classics category, which is actually kind of shocking. It is a classic car and it does kind of perform decently in that class. But anyways, as I go in all my builds, I go to the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design, the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or anywhere else in general itself. Anything I don't over is completely up to you. I just put a few staples in on my build. If you want to recreate my build or take some things away from my build to build your own, then you're more than welcome to. Without further ado, let's get into the build. To start things off, when we go to arch covers, you want to go with the trimmed arches. Now, what I say for this is mainly because it is bolted on look, which actually does look really nice. It also has the front end kind of cut off or kind of faded into the body there, as you see there at the very back, compared to the other sides. Like as you can see, there's all one solid piece. So yeah, cutting that off right there, it looks really nice. I think it looks really sick on the car, and it looks a lot like the other builds that I have for the 190z as well. But then you also have the rear fenders as well. It doesn't have great fitment, but this is the design you want to go for. So the trimmed arches are the best choice in my opinion. From there, move on to the bumpers. You want to go to front bumpers and you want to go with the tuner bumper. I think this fits the best because it is a tuner car, personally. Also, it does have the same kind of body style to it. It also has the black kind of bar going across the front. I think it's part of the grille, I believe. I could be wrong. But it's also supposed to be yellow in the movie, and just like it should be on the car in here. But sadly, we can't change anything like that. So closest thing we can get to the front bumper is the tuner bumper, in my opinion. From there, move on to the rear bumpers. I went with the remove option. What this does is it's going to remove all the brackets and the chrome on it. It's going to make it one nice smooth rear end, and it's going to be nice and clean. And as you see from the pictures I'm going to be posting, it is the best option to go for. From there, move on to the engine. Now, this is what I did for mine. You guys can copy it if you wish, but you don't really need to. You can keep it stock underneath if you wish. We never really saw what was underneath. So for the engine block, I went with the textured cam belt cover. After that, move on to the brace bar. I went with the carbon strut brace. And for the engine detail, I went with the muscle carburetor. I'm not gonna lie, a decent bit of my engine, or pretty much most of it, I actually did base it after Sung Kang's, which hopefully I pronounced that right, which actually played Han in the Fast franchises, 240z in real life. From there, move on to the exhaust. I went with the Hexide exhaust. Now, what this is it actually puts the exhaust on the side over here, as you can see. And the weird thing is, it actually did have an exhaust, but it was only on the right-hand side. It was not on the left. So this is about the best option I could go for. I know there is another option where you can kind of see the exposed parts of it and everything. But I mean, for the pictures I'm going to be posting, you don't really see that it has a big hole where the exhaust is coming out of. It just has the exhaust sticking out of a little tiny hole on the side. And it is only one, sadly, and we can't get one on this car. It's just one big section of them, like 6, you know. So I still think the hex add exhaust is the best option in my personal opinion. From there, move on to the grill. You want to go with the remove option. What this is going to do is it's going to remove like the brackets and like the grill option actually in a hole. Just like kind of open it up as one big hole in the front, which is really nice. And that's what you want to go for the build. From there, move on to the hood. You want to go with the ridged inset hood. This kind of gives it a custom hood that looks really close to the one from the movie. But sadly, we can't get a turbo sticking out of the hood, which is really kind of unfortunate. But I still think the ridged inset hood is the best option to go for. From there, move on to the lights. You want to go to headlights. You just want to keep them stock. I think the stock lights look the best and really fit really well. I believe they have white lights. I don't believe they have the golden shower lights. If I'm wrong, I'll definitely let you guys know down in the comment section down below as a top 10 comment. But I mean, for me, I'm just going to go with the stock lights. I doubt it has xenons and I doubt it have white lights. I would definitely just go with the stock lights, kind of get that basic look to it. And you save a little bit of money in the long run too. But I'll let you guys know if anything changes down in the top 10 comment. From there, move on to the neon kits. You want to go to neon layout. It's going to be none because it didn't have no neon that I noticed, especially in the movie and at night and everything. So I would expect it to see it there if it had any, but unfortunately it didn't. So just go with none. From there, move on to the livery. You just want to go with none. It was a nice clean 240Z, which is really nice. And I actually like that about this car a lot because it did look really, really clean. And I mean, the turbo in the hood did really look really sick, even though it was fake. But I mean, yeah, the livery you want to go for is none. From there, move on to the mirrors. I want the stylized mirrors. What this is going to do is it's going to make a kind of smaller mirror, but it also is going to keep it in the kind of like black texture, I guess it is, whatever it is. It's not carbon, and I don't think it actually had carbon on the mirrors. Also, the mirror should be down by the front wheel well here, but sadly we can't get that. So I think that the best option is to go for the stylized mirrors. As you can see, these are too big. They're too like a bullet shape and everything, and I don't think that fits really well. I think these are a little bit smaller, a little bit better, and they fit a lot better. But I mean, it's completely your call if you want to go with the carbon mirrors of them, or if you just want to go with the stylized. I think the stylized look fine, and also kind of matches the front bumper and, you know, the majority of the car. I don't think there was too much carbon on the car as is. I guess I was a little bit crazy for putting a carbon strut brace on there, but I just, again, based it after Han's real life car. But yeah, the stylized mirrors, best option in my opinion. From there, move on to the plate. You want to go with a blue and white too, which again is the kind of best representation of Rio de Janeiro. And the custom plate you want to go for is 4RSX space 072. Again, that is 4RSX space 072. Now this is the custom plate that's actually on the car in real life. And again, I'll show pictures of the guys actually looking at the car in the shop and everything that they, after they got done shooting the movie and everything, and whatever cars were left over. But yeah, this is the custom plate you want to go for. And I still think the blue and white 3 is a really good representation for like a Japanese style plate or a like Rio de Janeiro style plate or a few other ones like, you know, over in the UK areas and things. So yeah, that's the one I would go for, is the blue and white 3 and then that custom plate right there. Save and respray for last, move on to the spoiler. I went with the section spoiler. Now the reason I went for this is because it kind of went all the way out to the edge of the rear part of the actual bumper and everything. So like sticking it all the way on there with the ducktail there, which is really nice and it looks really good. You're probably thinking, well, why didn't you go for the drift spoiler? Because it's a little smaller and it doesn't fit all the way across. If you see the pictures I'm posting, you can see the spoiler goes all the way across and everything. And this adds a little bit more section to it, which is really nice. And it just fits really decent, I think. So the section spoiler is the best option in my personal opinion. From there, move on to the suspension. I just kept with a stock suspension. If anything, you could go with a lowered if you wish. But I think that for the most part and for most of the cars, they look stock. So that's what I'm going for. Your choice there. From there, move on to the turbo. You probably want to add a turbo. I don't remember if it had a turbo sound or not. Honestly, there's not much videos. There's not much screenshots and everything that are going around right now because the movie's not even out yet. So there's not many people that have made screenshots and all that. But I think it did have a turbo. So I would definitely add a turbo. You do want to get that little bit of extra speed and everything. From there, move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type. You want to go down to the street category. And you want to go with the Fujiwara custom rims. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a nice custom chrome lip all the way around the outside there, as you can see there. And it's also going to give the kind of like look of the actual rims from the movie on the car. And I think it looks really nice. It's also a little bit more deep dish. If you go to the tuner section, go to the stock rims, and you go down and find the Fujiwara rims. There they are. They kind of stick out a little. They're actually a lot smaller of a wheel, which is not really ideal in my personal opinion. And they stick out a little bit too far. They need to be a little bit more deep dish, a little bit more sunken in, a little bit more detailed as well. So that's why I went for the street category Fujiwara custom rims. I think they fit really well, and also it isn't chrome. I don't believe the rims are completely chrome. I know it does have a chrome lip. That's kind of why I went for this. But if we go back and go to the wheel color, you'll see that I have a stone silver on there. From the pictures I'm posting, you'll see that the rims actually do look stone silver, or kind of like a really lightish gray. So they could be chrome, but I feel like chrome would be a lot more vibrant, a lot more shinier, a lot more metalish kind of looking and everything. And I don't think they were like a black steel or anything like black rims or anything like that. I think they were kind of like a lighter stone silver, which is again kind of a mixture between black and a frost white, and like I feel like they're more grayish, so that's why I went for the stone silver, and it's my best option in my personal opinion. From there, move on to the tires. You want to go to tire design. You just want to keep them stock. Don't add any custom tires to that, so don't worry about that. After that, move on to tire enhancements. You want to go with standard tires. You can add bulletproof tires on if you wish. It is GT Online. I can understand that and respect that. And for me, I like to recreate my cars as close to the real thing as possible, so I'm going to go with standard tires. From there, move on to the tire smoke. I went with the white tire smoke. I think it just fits best, and I barely ever change this. The only two colors I ever use are these two at the top here. I've never really used anything else. Last, before the respace windows, you want to go with a nice dark limo tint. It was really dark, and it was really nice limoed out tint, which is really nice. It kind of brought back the more like street racing vibe and everything. If you think it's too dark, I would say you can go down to a dark smoke. I wouldn't go any lighter than that, because then you're just kind of getting more in like the visibility look. And if you look through the actual window tint and pictures I'm showing, it's pretty dark. It's hard to see through, which is actually what a lot of dark tints you can actually go with. But if you go with the tint limo, you can kind of see through a little bit. I mean, you could go with the dark smoke if you wish. Completely your choice on which one you want to go for. Alright, and I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. Alright, and we're back. As you can see, I have my car and my primer out rolled steel. Pretty much what I always do for all my builds. That way you know what colors I'm going to be doing for the car. So to start things off, we're going to go with the LSC color. So you want to go to the primary color. You want to go down to metallics. You want to go down to the yellows. And you want to put on a race yellow. From there, you want to go to pearlescence, and you want to put on a sienna brown. Now, this pearl is what I actually have on my custom crew color, and I think this is just a little bit too vibrant of a yellow. I think it needs to be more dulled down, more, you know, like kind of not as in-your-face yellow, you know? So that's why I kind of came up with a custom crew color, but it is a nice, viable option for the LSC color if you wish. But we're going to change to the custom crew color, so hex code will be on screen right now, as well as the hex code and RGB down in the description below. So we'll go back to our primary. The color will change in 3, 2, 1. You'll see how it dumbed down the color. It kind of like changed it a lot. It just kind of fits a lot better. It's a lot less vibrant. It's a lot less in-your-face yellow. It's just kind of a more subtle yellow, I guess. So we're going to apply that just like that. And then you make sure the pearlescent still is on a sienna brown. You're probably wondering why you have a sienna brown pearlescent. Now, the main reason for the sienna brown pearlescent is because in certain pictures, it kind of looks like it has a little bit of like a orange kind of hue, like shine to it. And with the sienna brown, it is brown, but in certain lighting, as you can tell, it kind of gives it a little bit of an orange kind of hue to it. It's also not as overpowering as like a normal orange or a bright orange or a sunrise orange or anything like that. Or even a gold or bronze, which I was kind of tempted on doing those, but I feel like a sienna brown really captured it really nice. Especially at night, it doesn't overpower it. In the daytime, it's kind of a little bit noticeable. You can see a little bit of orange here and there, but overall, I think the sienna brown pearlescent is the best option to add with your color, whether it is the custom crew color or the LSC color. After that, move on to the secondary color. You want to go and actually change this to chrome, because the chrome actually goes onto the door handles, and I think that's pretty much it. It might be the stitching on the inside as well. The handles were chrome, so that's definitely what you want to go for, is chrome. So there you go. After that, move on to the trim color. You just want to go with a nice dark black. The interior was all black. This time I'm not going graphite, guys. I'm actually going with black, and I think it does fit really well. Unfortunately, we can't change the wood or anything because I don't think it had wood in the car. I think it was just all black interior with a nice yellow roll cage, which sadly we can't get no roll cage in the car. That's really sad, but yeah, black trim color is the best option in my personal opinion for this. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's how we recreate the 1975 Datsun 240z that Isabel drives in Fast 10. I think it turned out pretty decent. It turned out a lot better than the Gallardo that I created not too long ago. So, you know, you guys can let me know which one you like better, this one or the Gallardo. As you can see, as I'm spinning around, you can see that pearlescent kind of shining. Again, it's not overpowering. It's not overdoing it. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a finesse on the color, which is really nice. So let's go back to our parking spot. So we'll go outside now. Alright, so it's about midnight out, and we're going to do a little spin at night for you guys so you guys can see the pearlescent in all its glory. Like I said, it's there, it's just not like predominant. It's not overpowering the crew color. It's not overpowering in like the orange or brown look to it. It just kind of enhances and makes the color look better, in my opinion. Just adding a little bit of a shine to a color can make or break a build tenfold. Alright, now we'll do a little spin in the daytime for you guys. Nice and sunny out, nice and bright. As you can see, the pearlescent has almost completely gone away. It's still there and it's still noticeable at times, but it's very subtle. It doesn't, like I said, overpower the crew color, which is really beautiful. And I think the crew color actually turned out really nice. Anyways, let's go for a drive. Now, I'm not saying this thing's gonna win any kind of street race or anything, because it is a sports classic, but it is pretty fun and it still is pretty fast. So yeah, guys, that's gonna pretty much wrap up the video. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down in the comment section down below for what you would like to see next. You guys will definitely be seeing the Romero next, or maybe not. Maybe I'll space it out and throw in a random Fast and Furious build, or just a random build in general. I always love surprising you guys and see what your reaction is down in the comment section, and reacting and interacting with you guys down there. So let me know what you guys think about the build, the color, and what we'd like to see next. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the love and support, as always. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. We'll catch you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.